So this is the view from the first place I stayed in Morocco, called Riad Al Pacha in Rabat, the country's capital. It looks really beautiful in this photo. Prayer time was also happening in this video here. And here is a performer in the hotel. I didn't know this was happening. This was right outside my bedroom. Lots of fun though. It was a bit of an adventure getting here. It involved being taken in for questioning by customs when I arrived in the country. It was a pretty hectic taxi ride that followed, and my first real foray into the culture of bartering. And I was immediately thrown into this process of world-expanding growth in my perspective, seeing so many differences in culture when it comes to engaging with tourists, traffic laws, language, currency, time zone, and just the way that foreigners and women are treated. Lots of differences here in Morocco to experience all at once. Upon arrival, I was really lucky to meet some interns who had been here for a few weeks already. We bonded quickly and forged friendships that are going to last a lifetime. Our first trip was to a place in the Reef Mountains called Chefchaouen. This was my first journalism assignment, which was actually published this past weekend. I had the chance to engage with local people, artisans, and the Amazigh people whose culture originated and resides in the area. And I was lucky to be able to articulate that and showcase my photography with the publication I've been working for. My work colleagues were incredibly welcoming on day one. Orientation was exciting, a bit of a learning curve to get a grasp on the specific requirements needed for editing tasks and writing. Every publication is different. And of course, we are in a different country with different laws surrounding the media. And that was a challenge. I've been incredibly lucky to have opportunities to travel around the country and learn a lot about Morocco's rich and complex history. It's evolving. It's a really exciting time to be here. I was invited by my publication to cover a music festival in Essaouira, a city in the southwest of Morocco called the Gnawa World Music Festival. It's its 24th year this year after a hiatus throughout the pandemic. So that was a lot of fun. It was absolutely mind-blowing. I covered the whole event as one of the sole reporters with my colleague Omar, a really talented videographer. It was immensely challenging, but so incredibly rewarding at the same time. It was a really long journey to get there. We had a lot of fun on the long bus ride. I only got a little bit carsick. I attended my first press scrum in the opening parade of the festival. There were police and security guards pushing me back behind press lines, and I had to advocate for myself with my press pass, which worked, and I feel gave a pretty accurate depiction of the realities of working in the field of journalism. I had researched the festival quite extensively and wrote the introductory coverage leading up to it, and was really excited to attend the forum on human rights that has been happening for quite a few years now at the festival, inviting people from all over the world to speak. It was a 2-day session with intellectuals, politicians, artists and scholars all coming together to discuss the topic of identity, and specifically as it relates to Morocco at this particular moment in time. It was a really incredible 2 days to experience, surrounded by the hypnotic rhythms and melodies of Gnawa music, a type of music that I actually listened to previously, so I was really excited to get to come and hear this in real life. It was a really surreal experience seeing how many people connect to this music and how much this traditional music is celebrated by Moroccans throughout the country. It appears to be quite universal, and it was really hard to find anyone who didn't know the words to the music in the crowd, which was incredible. A few challenges that arose on the trip. Firstly was that the sessions were in my second language of French, which I hadn't had a chance to practice in a while. And not just French, but Moroccan French, which is different. I had to translate many of the panels and discussions from French to English on the fly. and do my best to interpret and dictate what I could on the spot so that I could quickly go write an article between segments and submit it back to the office remotely for fast publishing. Conducting interviews also needed to be done in a myriad of languages, and it required a lot of improvising on the spot and often unexpected surprises to scheduling changes, expectations, and planning. I was dealing with press organizers speaking different languages and texting me, and we had to run around and get to meetings and meet all these artists, at the right time. It was a lot. I was basically on my own as the lead reporter. So with my videographer there, I had to figure out the reporting side on my own. I think there were expectations that I was expected to just figure out, which was a little stressful, but I managed to do it somewhat. I found the press contact at the festival. There was a lot of nodding, trying my best to communicate what I knew and pretend to know what I. So all in all, it was really incredible as a learning experience, getting the chance to talk to so many artists, to have to figure things out on my own as I went, and to get to see what the industry is like on that side was just absolutely incredible. The trip has offered so many chances for growth, and there's so much more that I didn't have time to share in this video, but I'm really looking forward to sharing more about what I've learned, what I've seen, how my world has expanded in this country, and learning about the customs of people here, making connections, and seeing places I've never seen. It's just been incredible. I've been able to cover other events since, and to write other material and interview other people since. I've just met so many people here and learned so much so far. And it's been incredibly challenging, but just immensely rewarding.